We have some good news to share. First, MNCDHH's position for a Government Relations Director has been posted. To find the job posting, please visit Minnesota Careers. Then go to External Applicants and click on Search for Jobs Now. Put in job ID number 43504. Do you know any great candidates? Share the listing with them and encourage them to apply. Second, we are in the process of contracting with a professional lobbyist to help MNCDHH advance our legislative agenda. We expect the contract to be complete soon. Last, MNCDHH's board met today and made some decisions about bills that are being led by others. Here are the bills being led by others. The Minnesota State Academies, MSA, asked MNCDHH to support changes to their budget allocations, including their operational budget, new staff positions, technology funds, and retention of rental income. The board voted to support MSA's request. Metro Deaf School, MDS, asked MNCDHH to support a quick fix to legislation that will allow parents to select an early intervention program for their child who is deaf or hard of hearing. The time of the program selection was to start right at birth to age 3. Currently, placement, parent choice, can only occur with Part C of IDEA, starting at age 3. MDS will propose the change in language. The board voted to support MDS's request. This is a bill to add language deprivation to the list of maltreatment of minors. It was previously authored by Representative Daniels with his constituent, Sonny Wasilowski. We are waiting on the modified language of this year's bill. There are many questions about this bill, such as who is deciding if a child is language deprived? There are concerns about the bill being punitive. Does a social worker or a child protective services have the skill and knowledge for assessment? The board decided not to support or reject this bill. Instead, the board voted to continue working with Representative Daniels on the development of this bill. This is a bill also written by Representative Daniels with his constituent, Sonny Wasilowski. This calls for rules requiring a K-12 teacher candidate for deaf and hard of hearing students to demonstrate at least level 4 proficiency on the American Sign Language Proficiency Interview, ASLPI evaluation. Among other relicensure requirements, each teacher under this section must complete 30 continuing education clock hours on hearing loss topics including ASL, ASL linguistics, or deaf culture, and must demonstrate at least level 4 proficiency on the American Sign Language Proficiency Interview evaluation in each relicensure renewal period every 5 years. The board agreed that teachers should have a higher skill level in ASL. They have questions. It is not clear if there is an option of which tests are acceptable, ASL-PI or SLPI. Will the new testing requirements apply to only new applicants or all current and renewed relicense going forward? What is the input from teachers and the Department of Education? The board needs to see the language in the bill to make an educated decision and decided not to vote on this. This is a bill also written by Representative Daniels with his constituent Sonny Wasilowski. This bill requires closed caption television on certain circumstances, appropriating money, amending the Minnesota Statutes 2018 proposing coding for new law in Minnesota. In developing a comprehensive state emergency operations plan and emergency management plan, the state must incorporate plans for closed captioning and real-time captioning for television. It also requires MNCDHH to partner with DHHSD to create a public awareness campaign for businesses, including but not limited to hotels, restaurants, bars, hospitals, and shopping malls and government entities to provide closed caption televisions. It requires MNCDHH to develop a grant program for nonprofits to create a public awareness campaign on the need for closed captioning and provide training on use of closed captioning. MNCDHH has already explained to Representative Daniels about the lack of a timeline on this bill and lack of ongoing funds to accomplish the tasks. MNCDHH also does not provide grants or grant opportunities. We have asked Representative Daniels to make modifications in the bill, but have not yet seen the new language. The board voted to support this bill contingent on modifications in the language. This is a bill also written by Representative Daniels. This bill is to establish a statewide interpreter licensure. The readiness factor is not there, and there is a need for community involvement and community organizations to work together on this. The deaf-blind organization has not been involved at all. We also heard that it was the old interpreter licensure bill that is slated to be proposed again this year without the language and suggestions from the Minnesota Association of the Deaf Citizens. This shows again that stakeholder involvement is not there yet. The board decided to hold off on voting on this item until we can actually see the language in the bill. This is an idea proposed by David and Gloria Nathanson, with support of their legislator, Representative Becker Finn. This will modify language in educational interpreter laws. Currently, the language requires that an educational interpreter must complete an interpreter training program, ITP. Nationwide, there is no ITP for Certified Deaf Interpreters, CDIs. The language in this bill would allow a CDI to work in schools without completing an ITP program and would allow the school districts to be reimbursed for the salary of the CDI. MNCDHH supported this bill before, The board voted to support this bill again. As of January 29th, we are still waiting for the above items to be introduced. We will share the bill numbers as soon as we have them. You can use the bill numbers to check on the status of the bill and reference them if you talk to legislators about the bill. MNCDHH will continue to share legislative updates during this session. Please subscribe to our newsletter or follow our website and social media to stay up to date. Thank you.